let's go ahead and start the class. We need to understand what perfume is.
Yes.
In order to understand, like, how the perfume story is created, we have to understand the beginning, the middle, and the end. So whenever a perfume is made or a story is created, we say, okay, what's the beginning of the story? The beginning of the story basically talks about what the story is going to be about. So when you actually smell the fragrance, you actually smell the first top notes and actually tells you what the smell is going to be about. Then the middle of the story talks about the emotions, that a lot of people feel it, but they don't actually understand it, but they know that, okay, it's actually happening. That's the heart of the fragrance, and it's the middle of the story. Then there is a last part, which is the base of the story, which is the ending. Everybody have a memory for. So you have to understand that, okay, when somebody says, hey man, that fragrance was really good and I can smell it all day, they're actually smelling the base notes.
Oh, okay.
That's what's happening in their mind. In order to create that story, you have to understand the whole thing, that, okay, you're going to start the beginning of the story, you have to understand the middle of the story, and then you also have to understand the base of the story.
Sure.
And then you also have something called fixatives or blenders.
Okay.
Fixative and blenders, they actually work two different things. They actually take away all these things that, they're like the extra edges.
Okay.
You actually have the blenders, they makes it soft. So you can
okay.
actually, you can smell two notes at the same time. They kind of like smooth the fragrance out. And the fixative kind of like holds the whole fragrances together. This is like the whole perfume that actually is standing in front of you.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have to understand, in order to make a perfume, you have to create a scene.
Okay.
You have to create one complete scene. And how you're going to create that one scene? For that one scene, you're going to need something called accord.
This.
Yes.
Okay.